Hi, welcome to episode 35 of VchiBanter. I'm Rose, that's Shia, that's Candii, that's Buff. We're all here, we're all queer, we're all ready to go. Bada bing, bada boom. Hi.
Yeah.
Episode 35, we made it.
Yippee!
I knew at least two of us didn't think we'd make it this far, so
Which
this
two?
is kind of cool. Oh, over there.
It's me.
That's why we're on this side of the table. You and me, Rose.
What?
Oh, so I
I'm
did think
sorry.
we
The
were gonna make it.
believers.
Okay, I
Yeah.
see.
The believers of the bond, the
I'll tell
Vichi
myself
were the
that.
bond
Nope.
side.
Nope. I'm not even participating with this bit. Nope. I wanted to do a podcast for so long, and he kept being like, "No, Candii, not yet, Candii, no, Candii. None of this we do."
We're here
yeah,
now.
but Candii.
But Candii, don't you see where we're at now? Aren't you happy you did it right now, not like 2 years ago
Whoa.
when we were so
God.
stupid and infertile or whatever? In whatever.
I'm
it's
still
called.
infertile. What
I'm
do you
sorry,
mean?
infertile? What the fuck?
I don't know. I don't know words.
You're doing great, babe.
Naive, like
Yeah, that's the word.
inexperienced. So many
That's
other
the
words that
one.
aren't infertile.
Yeah. I don't even know what that
Unseasoned.
means.
I feel like I'm hyper fertile. Like I can
Yeah.
get pregnant from a strong breeze.
I want to
Oh.
be seasoned and fertile.
Oh, okay. That's
Okay.
a vibe. That's a vibe. That's
Well, I'm
a
glad
vibe.
that you two were feeling fertile. Me and Buff are going to be over there in the sterile and feral corner. Yeah.
We're Buff and I.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay,
yeah.
that's
Buff and
seriously
I are going to be
how
over in
Okay,
the corner.
Candii.
God, you're just like how I
actually,
used to be.
princess?
I used to be like that
actually-
on fucking AOL Instant Messenger when people
That's
would say
gross.
like your versus your apostrophe RE, and I'd be like,
Yeah, that shit
you meant
sucks.
this one, and I was such a fucking bitch about it.
I only
Yeah.
do that to be a bitch. Like if someone's insulting me and then I don't know what else to say, I just correct them.
God, I
Yeah,
almost said something that
nah.
would dox someone when you said that.
Oh, okay, cool.
Whisper it to me.
Whisper it
Tell
to
me,
me.
tell me. Nobody else told you.
Um,
Come on.
Nothing happened.
Rose,
I feel
that,
like-
that makes no sense.
I
Anyways,
don't correct people's
Mhm.
spelling. I think it's like if it's in a casual setting. I think I feel like we've talked about everything. I think the podcast is over, guys. We've
you
talked
were
about too
just
many
you were
things.
just advocating for having the podcast. What do you mean?
I think we need some controversy.
I think
Controversy.
that it's dumb when people fix your spelling when like 99% of the time, like clearly legible, fine, whatever, using punctuation, whatever. Nothing turns me off quicker than when
Ooh.
someone's just like, oh, hate to be that guy, but it should have been you have not instead of haven't not and this blah, blah, blah. It's like when most of the time that you're fine, this was a personal experience that happened to me. And it was just like you
Mm.
came in here and didn't enjoy the content at all, and all you wanted to leave was just like, ooh, so minor
actually-
spelling mistake here, and I hate to be that guy, but I'm gonna have to let you know. It kind of makes me angry.
I tell
Yeah,
I'm
Chat.
kind of like,
yeah.
I don't fucking care.
I told
Like,
Chat all the
stop.
time that I'm like, dude, I'm a fucking streamer. Why do I care how I spell
Yeah.
things? Like, I'm like, it literally doesn't dictate anything.
On the
I'm like, the only time
opposite
that I
side
need
of
to,
that.
I'm like, the only time I need to concentrate on like spelling something is if I'm sending a fucking email. That's the only time.
Yeah.
True. On the opposite side of that, I also don't like when people type in perfect punctual like grammar and like capitalization and then use no emojis at all. I feel like that is like 90% of the time
millennial.
that kind of person tends to be mean in my experience. Not always, but
As a
lot of
millennial
the
who
time.
grew up on MySpace, it's really important to me to have wacky little characters that make sense to my brain that go
Typing quirks.
I need colon 3 or else
Yeah.
I'm
like a
gonna,
fucking
crash
Homestuck
out.
character.
Yeah.
Typing. I vary my tone depending on what I'm talking about. If I'm talking about something that's like more professional, even in text messages, it's like if I'm planning something, I'll type in proper, and then I'd vary.
I
I
will
vary
too,
in
but I'll
tone.
use exclamation points to show that I'm excited, and then every other sentence has an exclamation point, and I'm like, yeah.
Also,
I
they're
used to love
yelling at you.
emojis.
No, it's just excitement.
Some people think it's exclamation
Dude,
points are
I want
yelling.
someone to yell at me.
Okay.
What? Why? That sounds horrible.
It puts me to sleep.
I need to feel something.
You need to wake up, Candii.
Yeah, wake the
People
fuck
getting
up, Candii.
People getting angry at me makes me go to sleep.
That's so cool.
I mean,
Makes
I
me wanna
guess that's
die.
not a bad thing. I guess good for you.
And loud motorbikes.
You're just built
Okay.
different, Candii.
That's what
Did you
happens
guys
when you
have-
don't have trauma in your life, and you know.
Oh my god, that reminds me
Yeah.
of this TikTok I saw where these kids make their dad chase them, and then they call him like their angry dad mode, and he like pretends to yell at them and like grabs them and stuff. And
Oh,
then it's just
yeah.
like my kids. People are gonna think how like they have to like fake a trauma. Like she's like they like it when he's like mad at them and like throws them around and stuff, and I'm like that's insane.
That's Candii.
That is
We're
But
gonna-
yeah, my dad used to put me in a sack and spin me.
Yeah, that's
That sounds
like I said,
fun.
that's candy. That's
It
literally
was
candy.
fun. I think I hit
Were
my
you
head
gonna
one
say
time.
No,
And then when sorry, go on.
No, you go.
I think I know why the yelling thing puts you to sleep. Because when I was a kid, if I couldn't fall asleep, my dad would come in my room and he'd put his hands like either side of my head and then shake the bed and be like, "Go to sleep," until I would sleep.
What the fuck?
And I would just like,
That
like
wasn't
giggling and be
traumatic
like,
for you.
No,
Okay,
it's
yeah,
not
no, you're just
traumatic
built
when you have
different.
parents that
Dude,
like
that's
you.
wild.
yeah, he'd be
My
like,
parents like me. I still feel like I got traumatized by stuff.
Okay. Well.
Anyway,
What
sorry,
were you gonna say, Sean?
Yeah.
Oh, I was just, I mean, talking about the typing thing. I was gonna say, did you guys have any like typing classes? Well, like when you were
Yes.
little, where you go in and they put like that, what is that? That thin like rubbery
Cardboard?
film that blocks out. Oh, see, you had that. I had like a key blockers. It was just like an orange thing that you put over the keys so you couldn't read any of
No, it's
them.
boring. We had
And
cardboard.
then the teacher, all he did was make us do on like courses that were built into the computer. And on the very first day, everyone came into the computer lab and everyone just kind of sat wherever because he was late and wasn't there. And everyone sat down. And then he came into the room and said, "That's not your seats. You're not supposed to be there. Everyone get up." So everyone got back up from different seats that they chose. And then he just assigned seats to everybody, which, okay, sure, whatever. And then he made us watch him play a game of solitaire on a projector. And that was it.
He's so me. I would do that.
Wow.
So
Dude.
cute.
Me, if I'm a teacher and I don't give a shit because I have to teach typing.
American education system, am I right, boys?
I would just put on Bill Nye.
God.
Yeah. Wow.
But see, all the
I-
computers were facing him, and if you did anything like weird or looked up anything else that you weren't supposed to, then he would know.
I had my music teacher that made us watch the School of Rock every week because he wanted to be like Jack
I
Black.
remember you telling us that.
Yeah.
You mentioned that before.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's just like a pivotal memory of mine.
That's so cool.
Typing, dude. I type, even though I don't know. I don't think the typing lesson stuck. I type with my index fingers
No.
like a grandma. Oh, like
Really?
I think I use like my middle and pointer fingers, and that's like all I type with.
I don't know what I
definitely
type with.
I'm like putting my hands on my keyboard. I definitely start where I'm supposed to, but then I end up shifting over to the right a little bit and I just kind of like start fucking around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
I don't
think
know.
when I
Fast.
type. I just type and it's like muscle memory.
I don't think I type. I type.
I don't think
I
when
think-
I type, I said.
Oh.
I
Yeah,
think
Rose
it's
just does it.
Yeah.
Well, I think we were in that transition stage where like computers were starting to become a thing, so they made us do typing classes. But then because we ended up using the computer so much more than any previous generation, we just developed our own way of typing, which it's not
Yeah.
the
I
most
never
efficient,
took the
maybe, but
typing
it's like
classes.
I saw a TikTok, like literally, I think it was yesterday, where somebody was talking about how I think it's like the later millennials are used to changing. Like they relate so much more with, I guess, like different generations because they're so easy. They're easier to adapt to things than other generations because we grew up with like not having internet and then having no cell phones and then having cell phones and then having like these social cues when it comes to online stuff and then like going on with different apps and like we literally grew up with everything, so we've always had to adjust to that thing. And
we've
so
had
like
both. Yeah.
yeah, we had to like adjust with it as to where I feel like people just have like if boomers or whatever like have a hard time with the internet because they didn't adjust with it, or like Gen Z has a hard time without the internet,
With
or I don't know,
computers.
like
They don't
yeah,
know
it's like
shortcuts on computers because they grew up using iPads. Like they don't know how to they don't know Control Z, Control V. They don't know like not all of them, but there's I've seen things
That's
online where it's like they had to
crazy.
they'd have
Yeah.
computer classes when they got a job because they didn't know how to use a computer.
yeah, I just saw a TikTok like that they're like
Yeah.
like later. It's not even like early. It's not all of millennials. It's just like a certain bracket, like later millennials, like just know how to adapt. Like when something comes out, they're like, yeah, I get it. Like I know how to do it. Like there's no like you don't have to teach them the thing. They just do
Just
it.
millennials?
Yeah.
It's just a later version of millennial. It's like the ones that were a little bit later.
It's a
Because
certain
they had
flavor, yeah.
a certain flavor.
Aw.
Because they started out with basically no internet and then went through every stage of the internet.
What
So
was
far.
your first phone?
It was an LG Flip, and it was blue and silver, and it would flip up, and I could flip it, and I would just always go like this. I would just like flip it with my hand all the time. It'd be like, tuk, tuk, tuk.
Mine was a Motorola Razor, and I did the same thing with it.
Oh, you
Yeah.
had that's the one
Mm.
everybody wanted.
Yeah.
That's the rich kid one.
I wasn't
I had, like,
even
a-
rich as a kid.
And say a word.
I had a Nokia, like a still with the screen that didn't have color, it was all like black and like it was
My mom
Oh.
had one, and I would
the
steal it to play
Tamagotchi style
Snake.
screen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Motorola and the BlackBerry was the two that what like all the rich kids had.
BlackBerry was the one that I saw the rich kids have. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like those two.
Wasn't
I
it
was
like the
oh.
sidekick or whatever?
I didn't get my phone until like late high school, so
Same. I
Same.
didn't get one until I was 16 because
Yeah.
my mom just didn't see. Like she was just like, you don't need
Yeah, it
one.
was like 11th
Same.
grade or 12th. It was like that's like
Yeah.
when I
Yeah.
feel like everyone got her phone.
yeah.
Yeah.
I had a phone when I was like 12.
Oh,
Okay,
Oh.
Candy, damn.
Sorry,
okay.
I
you
used
and your
my
yacht and
Sunday
your
phone
fancy
for my-
phones and all this shit. Okay, you and your
I had
my
the
sis.
intercom built into the wall so I could speak with basically anybody down throughout the flats. I was on the 5th floor, and if I needed to speak with the chefs down on the 2nd, then I could just let them know immediately.
yes,
I
my
think I
phone
had my
connected
first
to
computer when I
the.
was like 13.
Oh,
What the
my
hell?
second computer on my Thursday computer for my Friday afternoon
Yeah.
And the laptop that
Yes.
stayed out in the wet bar out back.
at the granny flat.
The granny
Dude, the granny flat tried to kill me, dude. The granny flat tried to kill me.
I had a granny flat with my 2 laptops and my 1 bar.
God, I had to fight my family for the computer. Like, what the fuck, man?
No, see, I
Oh.
didn't. I didn't have a computer, so I would go to my neighbor's house and I would play like this like I don't even know. It was like a Christmas fucking like gnome game or whatever. I don't
Are you
even
talking
fucking know.
about elf bowling?
Yeah, it was.
I
Like
remember
elf
that.
Bowling.
I loved
And it
elf
was-
bowling.
And it was like other stuff too, because it wasn't just bowling. They had like other games too, where you would like organize stuff. Like it was like a whole thing. And then so there
Oh.
was that, and then my mom finally got like a 98 Windows laptop. It was a fucking dinosaur, dude. It was thick. It was like boom. It was like
Yeah, they juicy.
it was so thick. And then I didn't even get to use it. I just got to watch my mom use it. So
One
that was
time
fun.
I wanted to use the computer and I was using it because it was like my turn and my cousin was over and she hit me in the back with a guitar because she wanted to use the computer. And then we
Wha-
fought.
Okay,
Yeah, what? What the fuck?
that's cool.
Like I said, I had to fight to use that thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
literally.
no kidding, huh?
Yeah. And then they would like
Gee.
hit me with a back scratcher and like throw pillows at me and they'd be like, I want to use it. I'm bored. And I'd be like, it's my fucking turn, bitch.
I think I feel like I had a computer my entire life because my dad liked computers.
Okay, Candy.
Well, we
I
had
feel
one
like I had my expensive PC
no, it
gaming
wasn't
rig
like
set
mine.
up.
We had like a family computer, and then I think when I was like 15 or 16, because we would just like rotate. God.
We had
But I got my
one
first TV when I
computer
was 12.
when I was like 12 or something. And I would just want to play Cartoon Resort, like Cartoon Friday Resort game on the Cartoon Network website. And that's all I'd want to do.
Mm.
A couple of months ago when I was visiting my parents, I showed my mom this website which has a bunch of like old computer games, and we played like Incredible Machine together, which is a game where like you make like little machines and you have to like solve puzzles and stuff. We used to play that when I was a kid. That's kind of nice.
Oh. You
That's
guys remember
That's fun.
Snood?
What the?
Snood?
What?
Mm-mm.
No?
I
I'm
don't
gonna
think
say
you
no.
can say that in 2025.
Yeah, I think
Yes,
it's
you
rogue.
can.
I don't know if you can.
Snood. Snood. It's a game where like
Ooh.
you
I'll
shoot
look
little
it up.
balls up at the ceiling where there's other balls and you have to match 3 or more and then they all fall off.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of like Puzzle Bobble, I
Oh.
think.
I feel like I've played something like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of games
Yeah.
like it, but that's the
A
one I
snood
remember.
is a woman's hairnet fitted for head covering.
What the? No, it's a ball
Yeah.
game.
Okay.
I don't know that Snood. I only know
That's
Snood
why I
like the
looked
ball
it up.
game.
I feel like
Oh, I
Two
did play
games
this.
that
Shy,
stick
you
with
you
me.
probably would have played this.
I
The-
probably
Yeah.
played that.
The silver guys freaked me out.
Me too. I hated them.
I feel
don't
like
want
two
the
games that stick
sunglasses.
with me. iToy. You guys ever do iToy
iToy.
Is
On
that the little
PlayStation?
microphone thing?
too? That was the thing that was like a Kinect camera, but it was on the PlayStation.
Yeah, and
And it
then
was like a game where those
microphone?
like little like dudes would come out and attack you into like fucking like it would hit them when they
Oh.
and then there was like a window washing game. But then also
What?
Duck Hunt. That game was really fun.
I love the sound of the Duck Hunt game gun thing when it goes.
That's good.
Yeah, yeah, that's the good shit. Also, I had like it wasn't a real laptop. It was like a toy laptop. It was like a VTech something or other, and it had little games on it. And I would just type random shit on there just for fun, and I was like eating that shit up. I don't remember anything else about it. I love that thing.
I saw the other day that somebody found, this is like so off topic, but somebody found like I don't know, Shy. I don't know if you had like a boy version of this, but there was like this like pink diary where you would like say the thing in it to unlock it.
Yes,
Yeah.
I
And
know
you
what
would
you're
be
talking about.
like, yeah, and you would be like, butthole, and be like, that's I understand. And it would like, but someone found one at like an antique shop or whatever, and it was closed, and so they bought it, and so they were like, baseball, Becca. Like they were like trying to come up with like they were just trying to like come up with random names and like stuff, and like they couldn't open it. And it was like, I think they have a whole, I don't know whose TikTok it is, but they have like a whole TikTok of every day they do a new word. Well, they'll just be like,
I can't wait till it opens.
archaeology. Like every day is a new word.
My
That's
diary just had a
fine.
physical lock on it with a key.
No, it was like a voice activated one. It was like a specific
Yeah,
one.
I remember seeing that. Oh, do you remember Ribbon Dancer? Like the ribbon that you like swoosh around and it's all pretty and shiny.
I know. I conceptually.
I mean,
It's just like a ribbon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When
Yeah,
you
it's
put it
just
like
ribbon.
that, yeah, put on like a wand. What about Elephant?
Elephant the elephant.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That
where
was-
he
Mr.
would-
I don't
Bucket.
remember that.
He would blow
No,
the
yes, you do.
thing
Shut
up.
up.
He would
Yeah.
blow it up,
Uh,
and then like the little butterflies would fly
Yeah,
up.
you have
and
to catch them in a net.
I didn't
Dude.
have that. I just saw commercials for it.
Dude, I'm
Driving down
sorry.
nostalgia lane here.
I'm a
I had a
whore for nostalgia.
trampoline. Oh, we had a trampoline.
I could
until
afford
my-
a trampoline.
I had a
That's
trampoline too.
$2,000 trampoline outside of my backyard.
My mom's legs went through and she hit her coochie on the spring. We got rid of it.
Ooh.
What?
She like
Wait, so
slipped
did
and
she jump
like,
on the
hit it.
outside where all the springs
She
were?
just-
Like,
I
Okay.
feel like
Or-
somebody else
You had
jumped on it
to.
and when she wasn't ready and she landed like coochie first on the springs and then the trampoline was gone.
oh,
Mine
no
broke
more
like
because a
fun.
bunch of teenagers from down the street all jumped on it at the same time and broke it, and I was so sad.
To be fair, I had a trampoline as well.
Yeah.
We had a trampoline, and then some of the neighborhood boys were just jumping out on it one time, and we had no clue who they were. They were like this new family that
Dude,
moved
that's
in a
what would
couple doors
happen.
down, and they just appeared. And my mom went out and was just like, "Hey, you're not allowed to be on that. You got to ask permission first." And they're like, "Can we be on this?" And she was like, "No, you can't. Go home." And something just
Bye.
left.
Oh, wow.
But it was kind of like a lesson of like, you can't just go do whatever the hell you want. Like, this
Yeah.
isn't someone else's yard. And
We
they
have
were just
people do that with
jumping
our
in our
pool.
backyard. Like, hello, who are you? I don't even know who you are.
Was it like okay, all right. This is my Australianism coming in. Was it like an American backyard where there's no fences and it's just open fucking grass and everyone can see everyone's back doors? Or was it like actual
yeah.
fenced areas?
It was
'Cause to
not a
me,
fenced
that shit's
area,
crazy.
but it was also, I didn't grow up in like suburbia. Like, a lot of the houses were kind of far apart from each other. I
Right,
kinda grew up with
okay.
like farmland. So when they came
Yeah.
down, they had to walk to the house. Like, it's down a bit.
It's
you know what's
crazy.
fucked
So-
up, Candy? Some places
Yeah.
you're literally not allowed to get a fence or even get bushes
Yeah,
to
the
like, cover the
the
front of the
HOA
yard.
will yell
It's
at you.
stupid.
It's so I mean, I don't know, man. I don't want to talk about it. I don't have too many heated opinions.
Do it.
I just
Let
think
'em roll.
I just think it's crazy to me that America being the way it is doesn't prioritize having like a fenced area that's like this is your land in your backyard. It's crazy
So
that
the
it's just like
birds
it's
can
like an
watch
open
you.
fucking it's like a fucking open field and you can just see into people's houses and you go look out the back door and it's like that's just someone's entire backyard. Especially
Dude,
because
that
in
reminds me.
Australia
Wait. That
we
reminds
use
me.
clotheslines and stuff more
It's
often.
literally the
Like, dryers
HOA.
are not as
Like
common.
that's what it is. It's just
That's insane. Like that's so stupid. Fuck them. Sorry, go on.
At
Yeah, well,
Mimi's
everyone says that.
concert, when people were outside, there was some lady that lived like above the venue, and we could all see her like on her exercise machine, just like walking or biking or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And she had a vuvuzela on like her balcony
A
or
what?
something. I was like, a vuvuzela, those like old ass
Dude.
horns that are made of plastic that go.
They used them at sporting events
yeah.
like crazy. I'm sure they
Yeah,
still
yeah.
do, but it got like super popular in like 2010, 11, 12, something like that.
Yeah,
Where
but
everyone was
like,
like really getting them.
but she was out there, and then I don't know if she ever noticed that. But she like walked away, and then like we were all like, wonder what she's doing up there. She must be so like it must be so loud because like the floor was vibrating at the concert.
Yeah.
But if you live above a concert venue, like how do you survive that?
She chose
And then
to
there was a
live there.
train like a block away too. There's like,
Oh
Yeah, like the
I-
Chicago Metro.
yeah.
I grew up next to a train line. Well, like I've lived near train lines, but it's probably why
Ugh.
loud noises put me to sleep.
This episode is brought to you by Fansly, where you can find hips, thighs, and all kinds of other crazy stuff. You can find me, you can find Shy, you can find Buff, you can find VchiBanter all together over at fansly.com/VTuber. And not only can you find us there, but you can find some of your other favorite creators and maybe even find someone new. So go check it out, take a little sift around, see what you find, and I'm sure you'll find something you like. That's fansly.com/VTuber. Okay.
Speaking of nostalgia lane, also, I never said my first phone was that LG. It's like, so it didn't flip. The top part of it turned from vertical to horizontal, and it was called their TV phone. But I
Mm.
never purchased the package on it because it's just extra money. And it was just like, why why even use why use it? But it was supposed to, you would pay for extra data to watch live TV on it.
Oh.
And I remember every month or something, I would get a free 30 minutes, so I could watch 30 minutes on it, and then that was it. Even though I really never
That's
even
bullshit.
used it. But
Dude.
and not to age me even further, but I remember that at the time the smartphone to get was a BlackBerry, and I remember my mom being like, "Oh, it's buy one, you get another one half off. Do you want one?" And she went and looked at it and she goes, no, actually I don't think I want to get that because they make you buy a data plan because it's always connected to the internet. But now that's every
That's
phone. Now
normal
that's
now.
everything. Now that's normal and built
Yeah.
in things that you should expect. So
That reminded me that it wasn't hit clips, but it was a little player, and it was gray, and you could watch episodes of SpongeBob on it, but it was black and white. Do you guys remember what that was?
what? Black and
Yeah.
white. Don't say that. That makes it sound like you're really you're from
It
the 80s or
was.
something.
It literally. I don't know what it was called, but it was it was. I don't even know. It was I don't know if it was the poor version of hit clips or whatever, but it was
you
I
had to
don't know
manually
what it
crank
was.
it. I gotta get out and
It
I
had
had
a
to
little
crank this
disc.
big old wheel, and then I could look at my hip clips on a tiny little screen. It was black and white.
You would flip it open, it was kind of like a CD, but it would flip open, and then you would put the CD in there or whatever, and then
Is
it would
that
play
not
a
just hit
black.
clip?
No, because hit clips was the music thing. That was the little hit clips was the little music thing that you'd put
It
the
was a
little
little
thing in.
little
Yeah,
it was a little
cassette thing.
tape.
That's a hit
I
clip.
remember what you're
I
talking
don't-
about, and I don't remember his name either.
I don't know what this was called. Yeah, I don't know what it. I don't know.
But
what
it
it's
does
called.
actually sound familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but-
but it was
yeah, I don't
only
recall.
I don't. It was only one episode, and so I remember when I was a kid, I would be able to recite the Doodle Bob episode heart by heart because that's
Oh.
all I would watch all the time on that thing.
That was me with the Poke Rat.
Gosh.
God.
What
I
was
paid
your guys'
$10.
experience with learning what?
I paid $10 to the Rich Girl song to be my ringtone.
$10.
By Gwen Stefani.
What the?
Yeah, it was
fuck?
one of those back in the ye old days. We I
Oh my
was not.
God, that's
I
so
remember
expensive.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wait, what did I say?
What is your guys' experience with learning to drive? Because I
Okay.
had, it wasn't mandatory.
You don't want to hear
But
mine.
I went to a driving class where I had to drive,
too.
where I drove his car, and the instructor just made me go around and do all his errands, which I don't know what other people do, but he would just be like, yeah, drive down here, go down here, and we
I
would
don't
stop
think
in
that's-
the driveway of his sister's house and just be like, yeah, she's on vacation right now. And then I sat in the car and watched him go around with a hose and water all her plants while his sister was away on vacation.
I don't think that's what
Okay.
you're supposed to do.
I've
I
taken
don't- I
driving
just didn't
classes,
know.
and that is not how that goes. When I
Okay,
took
well, that's
driving
what he made me
classes,
do.
I think I
That's
used
cool.
their car.
Right, yeah.
They would basically take me on the highway to teach me highway driving. They would teach me signals and stuff. They would make sure stop at stop signs, all that basic shit. And I was like, yeah, no shit. And then they had me go to an empty parking lot where they laid down cones so that I could do parallel parking and all this other stuff. And then I would go home after driving around back streets and the highway and stuff. So it was not
Princess
going to
treatment.
do errands.
That seems more proper.
Yeah.
Other than my guy, and whenever I took, I drove back to my house so I can get out, and then he would just drive away. And I remember when we came back there was someone walking out in my yard and just walking away, and he's just like, hey, is that your brother over there? And I was just like, I just kind of got out of the car, and I went over and told my mom because her friends were visiting at the time, and it was one of her girlfriends that was walking, and she was just like, oh, honey, we're just not going to mention that to her. You should have. That is my only experience with my driving instructor.
What the fuck?
But I
You
passed.
had
He
a lot
said
of
he
weird
felt
ass
very
bitches in
safe
your
with
life.
me.
That's good.
I grew up in farmland. My school literally had tractor day. Drive your tractor to school day. That's where I grew up.
Wow. That's cool.
So all things I guess were a little bit different.
Candii, you've been stationary for 10 minutes. What do you want to say?
Candy, what's your experience?
Yeah.
I have
you
one,
want-
so I said done.
Oh.
I failed the driving test twice, which wasn't even in Australia. The way they do the driving test to get the learner's permit is you sit in a little simulation chamber thing, and then you answer questions about road safety stuff. And so I failed that, and then I tried it again, and I failed again, and then my mom took me, and she was like, "If you fucking fail this time," and I was like, So then I passed it that time, and I was only getting it for the form of ID, and then the first and only driving lesson I ever had was my dad took me to this industrial warehouse area. And he sat me in the driver's seat and was like, go for it. I was like, what do I do? And he's like, just put your foot on the gas. And I did, but I think I slammed it too hard. And then he just started screaming at me. And then he said, get out of the seat. And I was like, okay. And then I just cried the whole way home and I never drove again.
Oh,
Cool.
jeez.
Yeah.
That was funny until it really wasn't.
Eh,
I'm so
Wow.
sorry.
I don't want to drive. I'm afraid I'm going to kill someone.
Okay.
Aw.
Well,
I
When
get
you come to
that.
America, we can do a soft launch of you driving. You can drive around
We
like
can
the
teach you to
neighborhood or something.
drive.
Like, yeah.
I'll just
you
drive
don't have
Candii
to.
around. It's fine.
Yeah,
Don't
we'll
worry
just
about
drive you. Never mind. I'm sorry.
I feel like it'd be easier to drive in America only because you guys have way bigger roads.
it. The roads are pretty.
Yeah.
Like in Australia, it's very like not designed for the amount of people. Like I feel like in America, everything's way more spaced
Oh.
out and big, and there's less people driving around. But Melbourne is like fucking so tightly packed and crazy, and there's hook turns.
Yeah.
I had
Yeah.
trauma with learning how to drive manual. Like, I understand the
Oh, I just
concept, but I
learned.
never,
never learned that.
drove.
I'll die.
Yeah, I never did it enough. Well, there was one time where I was sitting in the car with my dad and we went on a hill. So we were facing up it. And that is like the most difficult to like roll into, like letting loose of the clutch and going and just actually shifting and going into first gear. And he had me just do it over and over and over. Like we'd start to go and he'd be like, stop. Okay, we would roll back. And he's like, all right, do it again. And we'd try it. Like he was just genuinely trying to teach me, but I had no interest in wanting to drive like a manual car. Like I understand
Yeah,
it.
fuck
I'm
that
probably
shit.
not very good at it. I could probably do it. But the trauma comes in because one morning, I have no clue what happened. We only had one manual car. It was not mine. I never drove it. Mine was automatic. It was like gifted down to me from like my grandparents. It was like a old grandpa car. And for some reason, like my dad or someone just woke up this morning and was just like, hey, I'm taking your car today. Go ahead and use this other one. And I'm like, what makes you think I was ready or like, cause I had to drive into work, which was like 30 miles away at the time or not 30, like 30 minutes. So it was quite a long drive. So at first I was okay. I got it out of the driveway. I was fine. But then I got to a red light that is at the main street section of a small town that I stalled the car out like 5 times. And everyone behind me, no one honked. No one tried. I wish they would have just got around me, but it was so embarrassing because every time the light would turn green, I would start to try to go. And I just sat there and I made everyone,
I feel
I
like-
accrued a line behind me.
That's so sad.
Later in life, I found out my mom was actually like 2 or 3 cars back and she was stuck in the line trying to go to her work at the time. It was just like, yeah, I was wondering why, we were stuck at this, like, we're never stuck there. It's a small town, like little, like it's
And it was
traffic
just
always
you.
goes. It was just me stalling out in this flipping car because one morning my dad's like, hey, I'm taking your car. You could just use this one. I'm like, I don't want to.
I feel like at least in America, if someone sees someone stalling a car out, they give them like the pass. Like they're like, oh, that's okay. Like because like
Yeah.
it's sometimes not your fault. So like people are like, okay,
I
like
guess
people wait.
in that situation, but most of the time you would expect that if someone's driving a manual, they chose to do that and will know how to drive it.
No,
Right? Like if I chose to, like if I purchased a manual car, I'm going to make sure I drive it the best I can. I don't want to sit around stalling,
yeah, but sometimes like I don't know, someone who has had people who buy manual cars, like sometimes it just stalls out. Like sometimes it just is not having a good day. Like
It can
I don't know.
happen. Oh,
So like every time I see
don't-
someone
man.
every time I see someone stall a car out, I'm like, I get it. You're just having a rough day. Like I get it. Like, I get it.
Mhm, mhm.
My driving, I had one driving class in high school, and we sat there and he just talked about cars like every single class. And then I went out one time and I went on the highway. He was like, okay, you did good. And then I was like, okay. And then I went off the highway and then I just drove back to the school. And he was like, all right, you seem did good enough. You want ice cream? And I was like, yeah. And then he
Oh.
just had like a little, he had like a in the high school in like the teacher's lounge or whatever, they had an ice cream thing. And so he just went back and just grabbed ice cream for all the kids. And he was like, you guys are good today. And I was
Aw.
like, thanks.
Shit.
And then
Well,
that was
that's nice.
but that was it. I didn't learn anything because after that, I just went and got my like license afterwards. I just went and did it. And I got it first try. I was like, because all he did was talk about it. So it was so easy to do the fucking
Yeah.
like written thing.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
all he talked about. So I was like, done or whatever. And then I got my car. And I just figured it out. Like I didn't know how to do anything. I was just like watching other people because I didn't have parents to teach me how to like drive. So I was just watching other people on the road doing that. And I was just, I followed one person, I think for 5 miles and just did exactly what they did for
They
like 5
probably
miles.
thought that you were gonna kill them.
Probably. But that's what I did. I did that for like, I think I did that for like a month. I just like taught myself and then watched like someone else drive.
God.
I feel like I have like a genuine phobia of me driving specifically, and like cars.
Some
in
people do.
general.
I mean, some people, that's why
Yeah?
some people don't drive. I mean,
I don't
so.
know. I just because like
It's a scary thing. It's literally the leading, like, it's almost outside of heart attack, it is the second most thing to kill
Yeah.
people. Like, it's like it is very scary. You are driving a big machine. Like,
It's a lot of responsibility, and I think that that's why it's probably introduced like at a certain age whenever you're younger, just because like you kind of learn it younger than like I guess getting into it maybe later in life might be a little bit more difficult just because you weren't doing it as much when you were younger. So
Yeah.
you're like, oh, this is familiar, I'm hopping into it, but yeah, it's a lot of responsibility, and I
Okay.
do know some friends that just don't drive because it's scary,
yeah. it's
I
a
also
lot.
but it doesn't. Have to be.
I've even like in video because people are like it's just like when you drive in video games. I'm like I fucking hope it's not. I fucking hope it's not.
No,
like
it's
that.
not. I don't know who the fuck told you that.
No, it's not
Because I
like
can't
that.
drive in. I don't know. There's something about the I'll say kinesthesia, like the physical act of what it is required to drive. I feel
Mhm.
like I just
My sister's like that.
disassociate, or like I feel like my hand is just gonna like I just have this urge to like twist and like twist
Yeah.
the wheel and just like crash myself.
No, my
And I'm
sister's like that
that's-
because that's
dude.
why she doesn't drive, because she's like every time I get behind the wheel, I just feel like I should just touch everything, and she's like, and I know I'm not supposed to do that, so like I just don't
Yeah.
want to do it, and
Or I just
so
have
she
the urge to
doesn't
like
drive.
twist the wheel, like I just because I get like
Yeah.
body shivers where I'm just like I just twitch and I'm like I'm gonna kill someone like
Me.
like I just get random twitches and things and I'm like God, it's so like yeah, I don't know. It's a shame though because I feel like I like I'll watch vlogs of people. They'll be like, I went to a cafe today, and they're just like, oh, like here I am driving to it. And I'm
Candy,
like,
anytime you wanna go
that's
do
insane
something,
to me.
I'll just pick you up. I literally yesterday we were gonna go do something, and then I was like sitting in the car like waiting for
Mhm.
Shia, and he goes, "Oh, you're driving today?" I was like, "Yeah, like why not? Like whatever." And he's like, "I like being the princess. I
Aw.
like sitting in the passenger princess.
Yeah.
I just don't get a chance to do it. I love driving. I used to drive like fucking 5 hours a day because I would have to drive to high school, take me an hour each way, and then I would like go outside of high school to go do stuff. I had a job. Like I love driving. And then I would also, when Shia and I first met, I would drive like 10 hours to go see him all the time. So
Yeah.
I love driving. Driving's
I'm-
fun.
I told Gmont, I'm like, because when we talk about like living together and stuff, he's like, he'll be like,
What?
what car?
What?
Ooh.
Living with a man? Candy.
What?
So
Child
young in
taken,
age.
so. But I like
What?
I'm I'm down
What?
to like help because that's how I've gotten by is like all of my my 2 previous exes that I lived with drove. So I would just pay for gas money or I would help them pay for like car related stuff. And then they would just drive everywhere. And I'm down for that. I'm happy to pay. I'll pay all the gas.
You just want to be a passenger princess.
I do. I like it. I like that. I just do not trust myself. It's like flying a plane. Same thing. I'll trust anyone
Well,
else
you need
flying
a
a plane. over
certification.
I'll
myself.
pay them
That's a
to
little
fly it. I'm not
different.
doing it.
But well, yeah,
but I
just-
get the idea though. Like I get the
Yeah.
It's the same thing with like
Yeah.
like boating. Like boating on like I could probably
like
drive
boating.
a boat.
That's
I could probably drive a boat and it's fine. Like I've done it before, but like I would rather Shia drive the boat than me because Shia's had more experience.
Yeah.
in it.
I have a
Like,
boating license. That's a weird flex, and I don't even know if it's like, I don't know if it merits anything now.
Shia,
I just got it forever ago.
I think that's the straightest thing you've ever said.
Sorry. I got a boating license when the rest of my family did. We were just on the water a
What, are you
lot, and
supposed
so
to
they're like, we
weekends?
should get our boating license.
Because
Yeah,
you
that's
don't
great.
like driving, how do you feel about like bumper cars, go-karts, and stuff like that?
hate them.
All of them
I hate it. Yep, hate it.
for the same reason?
Every
or
time-
no?
What if
I don't-
I was driving
Rose,
the
I don't
bumper
like
car?
driving.
What if I was driving
I-
the bumper car and you're sitting?
If
with
I
me?
was passenger, that's fine. I don't
Okay.
like anytime I've gone go-karting, I'm always in last. I'm like there was a joke in my friend group. You know what? Have you seen the episode of The Simpsons where Marge is like go-karting and she's like driving really slow in the back and she's like,
No,
I'm
I didn't
respecting the
watch
road
it.
rules. Like that's me when I drive go-kart. I don't race. I'm just like
I
base. I'm
race.
just nah, bitch. If you guys take me
I
to a
drift.
go-kart course, you'll watch me be like driving like it's a real car. Like I'll be like
I don't remember the last
fucking
time
turn signals and shit. Like I'll be,
drove
like,
a
put my hand
go-kart.
out.
I
like,
love
give-
go-karts. I want to do
Nah.
that more. We should do that.
I'm trying to think of the last time I did that.
You can be a
like-
passenger. It's okay, Candy.
I
Is that
want to
even-
go drive one and disrespect my surroundings. They're all like, oh, don't bump, don't do this. I don't care. What are you going to do? I'm going to smash into whoever's going slower than me. I'm going to fly around them, just like run into them.
Cool.
I don't want to do go-karts anymore.
Oh, we should do it. It'll be fun.
Not with you.
Okay.
I don't want to
Okay.
die.
I don't like cars. Just give it
I mean,
away.
I
okay,
want to
Candii.
drink.
I like when cars take me. I don't like being like
That's okay. You don't have to.
yeah.
Guys, fact or fiction or fake?
True or false?
True. I kind
Yeah.
of like it's they're
Or dead.
facts.
Fact or
so it's
fake?
either
fact
a
or
fact
fake.
or it's fake.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you ready?
guess.
Bananas are berries, but
Fact.
strawberries are not.
Fact.
Fact?
It feels like a trick question, so I feel like it has to be a fact.
Buff, what do you think?
No,
I'm hungry.
Strawberries.
I'm
Strawberries
hungry.
grow
I
on the
can't
ground,
finish.
right?
I'm angry.
No, wait, no. Strawberries grow on blue bushes, and then go on.
Yeah. Bananas grow on trees.
It is a fact. Strawberries are not. Wait, no.
Wait, no, I said
you
fact.
said it correctly.
smart,
Yeah, I was
never
like,
mind.
wait, what do you mean? Damn it, I got it right.
I'm so smart.
Did you know that?
No.
Yes.
Kinda. I know
You
that
didn't.
watermelons are berries, but that's because I went to a kink camp event, and there was someone who was doing a scene, which is basically like, doing spicy but not like NSFW stuff. And the thing that the bottom in the situation said was, "You can tell any frozen berry at me you want," and then the top looked into what counts as a berry and discovered that watermelons were berries, and that ended in a very special way.
Oh.
Did they die?
Did
they kill 'em?
No, it just hurt.
Yeah.
Are they dead?
No, they're
so
alive.
the kink was having berries thrown at them.
They wanted to have like hard objects thrown at them, and they just decided to be cheeky and make it anything that's a berry, just to make it more funny. Kinksters are
Okay.
fucking weird, dude. I respect it so much though, because it's so funny to me.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Fact.
There were also people in T-Rex outfits, like chasing people around with floggers.
That's kind of fun.
It was fun. They were cute, like those blow up.
I'd participate.
Yeah, I got chased around. It was fun.
Fact or fake? A group of flamingos is called a flamboyance.
I want that to be fact, but I don't
I
think,
think
it
it's
is.
false. That would be sick
It's
though.
true.
Yeah, I want that, but I think it's fake. Is it?
Point to Candii because it is a fact.
Wait, that's
Oh.
awesome. I love that for flamingos everywhere.
Yes.
I
Flamboyant.
didn't know it would be- I wanted to
Flamboyant.
say
There are a
the
bunch
opposite.
of flamboyants.
Does that make us flamingos?
Yeah.
All right, bet.
Fact or fake? The longest hiccuping spree lasted for 28 years.
I would
I
krill
wa-
myself.
I want to say yes because wasn't there like a documentary about that person or like a
I remember one about someone sneezing and then someone just like that couldn't stop orgasming.
I remember that one, yeah.
yeah. Which is
I'm gonna
just
say
like,
fake.
holy hell. That's just, yeah.
I
That
think
sounds
it's
like
true,
hell.
but I'm going against what I believe, and I think it's fake.
I'm gonna say true.
It is fake. It's just made up. I don't know. Yeah, that's,
Oh.
there probably, honestly, there probably is some truth to that, but I don't know what the actual number is. Like, there's
Maybe
probably
it was,
someone
like,
that has
5
just
years,
been
something like
hiccuping
that.
for
like
years
it
and
would
just,
kill
you
you.
know.
no, it's just acid and air.
Mm.
Yeah, but the muscles.
Yeah, but
You just
the
gotta
orgasm
die.
didn't kill that person. So
Yes, that's true. I don't know.
Fact or fake? In 2006, a man tried to marry Hatsune Miku.
true.
That's true. He did marry
That's-
Hatsune
he
Miku.
did.
That's well, you said tried to marry, so it wouldn't be fake because he succeeded.
Ugh, I hate that stiff.
Is that
I
a-
hate that.
If that's the trick question, then I'm gonna
That's
smack
stupid.
you. But he did marry Hatsune Miku.
Okay, he did. Yes. Yeah, no, that's true. I think everyone kind of knew that one.
Yeah.
As anime people, I feel like it's kind of our rule. We have to know.
Doesn't he
that.
still post about
It
it,
was on
even
the
today?
VTuber exam this morning.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? Oh, dude, that reminds me of that guy that's like his. I don't know if it was like an AI or chatbot or something, but like she started to like deteriorate to the point that she couldn't communicate anymore.
What?
There was like some guy that married like a chatbot or an AI or something, but then the software was like getting updates to the point that she became like incapable of maintaining a conversation.
Oh,
So
that's
then
just
she would
sad.
deteriorate.
What the
That's
hell?
so
sad.
depressing.
What the
Yeah,
that's
hell?
fucked up.
That's so sad.
Wow.
God.
I don't know why. That just made me think of which company was it, like Microsoft or something, that made like a learning AI like years and years and years ago, where they released it to the public and it just instantly became like the worst thing ever. Like it just became like super
Well, yeah, 'cause it learned from the
racist, and it was just
I don't
because everyone was just
remember.
feeding it horrible information. They're
Yeah.
like, "Oop, guys, we can't have this up anymore."
Yep.
Gosh.
Welcome to
Yep.
humanity.
Fact or fake? If you eat a carrot upside down, it tastes sweeter.
I feel like fake.
fake, false.
I'm gonna say true, just for a goof.
Is it the
That
stems
is
like sweeter?
It is fake.
Oh.
Because why would
That's
it
not
change?
true. I'm sorry. I don't know why it would, but it's just
Yeah,
It's
why
one of
would
those things
it
that sounds like a trick question.
I feel like that's how I gaslight people and just be like, you can't do this, idiot.
If you like open your mouth really wide, you can taste air. It's just like you edit it.
If you start
Oh,
putting
that's
salt
like
in your
that-
mouth, then your
yeah.
mouth.
If you start shaking the salt shaker, it tastes like it. Yeah. I got people with that before. It's so funny.
Oh, that's like when
it's so hilarious.
That reminds me of the time. Oh, fuck. Somebody came in my chat. This is like such an old internet thing now, but that was like they came in. They're like, "Oh, did you know there's actually a convention called SawCon? Like, you should Google it. Look up like SawCon or whatever." And I was
SawCon,
like, okay. And then I went and I pretended to look it up and be like, "Oh shit, yeah! Like it's gonna be in this like state, in this state. I think it's like a horror con. That's great. That's cool. Hopefully they have fun." And they were like, "What?" And then they Googled it. I was like, "You fucking idiot!" Like I fucking
I love
And then I
the
did
one
the
where
same thing with
people
the Sonic
like tell
Inflation
me to
one.
like put my elbows together.
Oh, and
that,
make
like,
your
makes
elbows
boobs
touch.
come
Yeah.
out or
Yeah.
whatever. But like it's like I'm a VTuber. I can't do that. Like my boobs are already like how am I supposed? I
Right.
can't do that.
Yeah.
Like I'm like doing it in real life, but I can't like do it. Like it doesn't matter. It doesn't
I
fucking
can't matter.
matter.
In real life. Holy shit, girl.
Mm.
Not with my tickle
Mm.
bitties.
one of my favorites that I feel like it's so underused is like I always like saying that reminds me of slaw bunnies, and it works
Oh.
for me because like I'm
The
a
bunny.
bunny like VTuber, so
yeah.
it's super easy. I used it on someone in the past when they were just like, oh, is that a streamer? I should look them up, and I was just like, oh, the grin was
comes.
already forming on my face. I was just like, slob on these nuts. Got him. Fact or fake?
Okay.
Elephants are the only mammal that can't jump.
Trying to think if there's another one that can't jump.
Mm.
I was like,
I'm
horses
gonna say
can't
false.
jump. I was like, horses can't jump, but I was like, no, wait,
Yes,
no, they
they
just can't
can.
throw up. That's what it was. They can't throw up.
Wait,
Can
horses can't
cows
throw
jump?
up?
No, they can't throw up.
Cows can jump.
I'm imagining a wombat. That's a little barrel with legs. So I feel like that bitch.
I'm
can-
gonna
I'm
say
gonna say
it's
this is
true.
true.
Yeah, Candii?
Yeah, I say false. The other mammals can't jump.
It is true.
What the-
Elephants are the only ones that can't
I
jump.
want to see a wombat jump then.
I mean, apparently they
I bet they can jump.
Or I might just be lying because I just,
Looked it
I'm
up.
just finding these on the internet. So
Yeah, horses can't throw up because they don't
Yeah.
have a gag reflex. They don't have a.
Aw.
Oh.
Now I'm just like picturing a horse throwing up, and it's just like a tube of vomit, just like just an insane amount, just like it's like a fire hose. A group of owls is called a parliament.
Wait,
thought it was
adult
something different.
elephants, rhinos, and hippos can't jump either.
okay,
Okay, go on. What'd you say? Parliament?
listen, I'm just looking them up on the internet. You don't fact check me. I don't know. The internet may be wrong.
No, that's fair. They were like, that's true. Elephants are the only mammal that can't jump. Also, these ones can't jump. I'm like, then it's not true. Whatever.
Oh, wait.
Parliament, what was it? What was it?
Were the
Parliament?
others mammals then too? Yeah, that you're listening.
Yeah.
Yeah, the rhino.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh,
No,
I
as
just
in
didn't
like
hear what you
the
listed.
the question was like,
Oh,
are
Shia.
elephants the only mammal that?
what?
The only
What?
thing I could think of is we're thinking of like African wildlife or whatever, and all I can think about is a giraffe that's on fire.
What?
We saw a painting the other day when we were like, and Shia and I was like, oh, I like this painting because this giraffe is just standing there and he's on fire.
It is not the focal point of the painting.
No, it's
There's like it's
What
just like some
is?
abstract painting, and then all the way in the background, there's just like a giraffe standing there that's on fire.
But he looks
What?
chill. He
What?
looks chill about it. He's just like, guys, which smells weird. Oh, it's kind of weird here, but he's just on. But it's like part of the painting. I don't know. That's all I can think about now, though.
So owl group being a parliament, true or false?
Are you looking it up? You're
No, I'm
Googling it.
thinking. I'm thinking.
You're
I
Googling it.
I was
Googling
here.
it,
No, I'm
Googling it,
not.
Googling it,
Are you
Googling it.
Googling
I'm just
it?
gonna
Google
say.
it.
I was
well,
typing. They would
Google
hear
it.
it, and I would get in
You're Googling
trouble.
it.
Googling it. Using
I think
phone.
you're right.
Googling it.
Are you Googling it?
Googling.
Yeah.
Googling.
No.
Goggling.
Googling.
Goggling. I'm gonna say true because
That was so new from one of you.
I think true, but
Goggling?
I don't think I'm
What?
right.
Goggling.
I feel like it's like
Goggling.
eagles or something, but then I'm thinking eagles are just political, and that's why I'm.
I was gonna
thinking
say
that.
a meerkat has a parliament, but that doesn't. Maybe that's not true.
yeah. The only one I know is murder, which is the crows.
Yeah.
It is true. Apparently, I
Hey.
don't know. Now I'm questioning everything because I just took it from a website.
Sick.
Do you want
I want
another
more.
one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's physically impossible to hum while holding your nose.
I was waiting for Rose to do it because I knew that she
No,
was
I
See
know
like her
better.
hand like shaking, moving up. Like,
Yeah,
I know
literally
better. I
said
know
it.
better.
You
I've heard
know.
this one before.
It's false.
Candii, I saw
could
that.
pop my
I
ear.
saw what you're doing over there.
It's popping my
Okay.
ears.
When I was younger, I tried doing
popping
it, and
my
you can
ears
go,
is
like,
at this specific time in this specific part of the episode.
okay, my logic is this. It's when I was a kid, I tried doing that, and if you hold your nose, you go like before like it finishes. Does that count as humming?
No.
No, because that's
No.
right before you're holding your nose. What do you mean?
I'm gonna say it's true.
I forgot what the question was. You
It
can't.
is physically impossible
hum
to
and
hum
close
while
your eyes.
holding your nose.
True.
Shut.
Cool.
Buff doesn't like my segments.
I
I
like
do.
your
I've never
segment.
said I not liked it.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Sorry. Oh, Shia, this is amazing.
That was such a good question. Thank
Stop
you.
fighting.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for the amazing question. Oh my god, I can live my life now. Thank you.
So is it true or false?
It's
It's
true.
false.
Go
Well, it's
ahead. I
true.
mean, try. Hold your nose shut. And try to
I
hum.
have tried, and I wasn't able to do it.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
My bad.
But
Sorry. Fact or fake?
Okay.
The average person will spend about 6 months waiting, like of their life, waiting in traffic at a red light, like over
I
their
believe it.
lifetime.
I think
I
it's
believe
more
it.
than that. But I'm gonna say true.
True.
Ooh, Candii.
But I still think it's more than that.
I think that it's an outlier. I think John Traffic spends his entire life and it skews the curve.
John Traffic.
John Traffic lives in the traffic. He's constantly waiting, so it skews
He
the
loves the
curve.
traffic. He
I say
loves it.
false.
It is false. Yeah,
Oh.
there's probably an actual number. I just don't know it.
But I want to know it.
Yeah, well, now you're
Well.
gonna have to Google it.
But I can't.
Like I googled the elephant fact, which I still don't. I'm gonna do some science. I'm gonna fucking catch some animals and make them jump.
You're gonna just stare.
Okay,
You're gonna like go to
I
like a
don't
zoo
think a
and just stare
wombat
at
can
them.
jump. Wait, I'm googling it.
I
Oh,
bet a
my
wombat can
gosh.
jump.
Oh, here we
I
go.
don't think wombats can
Editor's gonna
jump.
yell at you from typing.
They
Yeah.
can
can.
a wombat
What the-
jump?
Apparently they can. I don't believe.
Well,
I see
Well.
a picture of one jumping.
fact or fake? Cows can walk upstairs but cannot walk down them?
True.
True.
That's true.
That's true.
Someone at a school that, like my friend went to, they did that for the senior prank. And they put cows upstairs, and then they had to go like get a company to take them down.
I've heard that too, but the story that
Why the
I
fuck
heard
is
was
your
that they
school bringing-
executed the cows and then dragged the
For
bodies.
senior
downstairs.
prank.
Yeah,
A whole cow. They brought a whole cow.
Yeah, they bought multiple cows.
I
How
heard.
big was your high school?
Pretty big.
God.
I heard a story one time that somebody got piglets and they wrote 1, 2, and 4 on them. And they just left them loose. I don't know if that's true.
That's
but...
fucked
love
up,
that.
dude. That's fucked.
Another year,
That's
someone
so
just brought a
good.
bunch of like jelly like dildos in and threw them around the entire school.
The worst I heard or saw from the like senior pranks at my school is some guy just climbed up on the roof and then peed off of it. Like that was it.
Ew.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how much of a
Fuck.
prank that was. It was just like, oh, okay, you did it.
That's just
but
gross.
like most of the time, most people just didn't come like the last
They didn't
2
come?
days or whatever. They just like left.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he's peeing.
Yeah.
What are you talking
Yeah.
about?
I'm gonna tell you
Yeah.
guys a little secret about me, and you should not lose respect. My senior prank that I did, I made fake detention slips for all my teachers, and I gave them to them.
I think that's
So, like
cute.
about be like, haha, I drank too much coffee, or like, haha, like came to class late one time. Like it was really
That's a
I'd be
prank.
happy to get
Yeah,
that.
I was like,
Did you-
haha, I'm so evil.
Did you hug them afterwards and say, "I'm gonna miss you"?
Did only one of them.
I
Actually,
think
2 of
that's
them.
cute.
Classic Candy.
Oh,
We didn't have
bad.
senior pranks. Everyone that was a senior in my school, they were like, "Fuck you, I'm not coming back for them last
We had a
month."
dress up day. Everyone cosplayed.
We
on the
had a
last
week
day.
like
So
that.
I dressed up as Alice from Alice in Wonderland.
I dressed as a fairy.
You would.
Well,
Yeah, I know.
also, I have that marked down as the cows going downstairs as false.
What?
Is that a real thing?
No, I
Is
thought
it a
something I
fact
heard.
that they can't go downstairs? I'm not
I
saying
don't
like a
know
whole
now.
flight, but like
Someone
even
Google
just
it.
like some.
Let's
I don't
Google
know
it.
now.
I mean,
I don't know.
they could
You just
try
all
and
three
fall.
of you were so confident. We're just like, no, that's a fact. And I was,
I was
like,
pretty
oh,
sure they
I
can't.
thought it was.
Apparently they
not what
can.
I
They just
saw.
prefer not to.
They can go
Oh,
down
So they're just
ramps.
extremely stubborn.
Yeah.
Oh. I was like, I've never,
That makes it
not
even
once, out of
funnier.
all the times I have dealt with cows in my farm era, have seen a cow go downstairs. I've had horses go downstairs, but like But like cows, never.
Are they even allowed to do that?
Are they allowed?
Hey, don't forget to check out our GamerSupps code VchiBan for 10% off your order at GamerSupps. You can try all kinds of flavors, get all kinds of cups, get all kinds of merch, and all kinds of other stuff. Or my personal preference right now is Buff's new flavor called Doggy Style, and I love Doggy Style. And I think you should try Doggy Style out. So go over to GamerSupps and try it out using code VchiBan at 10% off for your next order. Okay? Thank you. Mwah.
I have a question.
Okay.
Completely different topic. Okay, first question. Have you guys worked retail before?
Yes.
No.
Yeah, I feel like we all
Multiple
have.
retail
I know we've
jobs.
talked about like jobs before, but have
You said
you ever,
I just
you
said
have-
no, and you said I feel like we all have, and I just said no.
I guess you worked fast
Customer
food, but it's
facing,
not
is that
like-
what you mean?
Yeah, I
Oh,
guess. Yeah,
yeah.
customer facing
I
with
work
your
fast
fast
food
food.
also.
It's yeah, it
Yeah.
still counts. I was working retail one time. The question that goes to is just, do you have any memorable like interactions with that? Because there's still
Yes.
one that we bring up occasionally. That when I was working at just a big box retail store, I was working in the back and I heard other people interacting with a customer up front that was an older lady, and she was trying to get her computer repaired, and she came to pick it up, and they were trying to explain to her how things were happening, why they were happening, and she just did not want to hear any of it. She just wanted to come in and hear, "Oh, it was fixed. It's all good, and we're all like, it's fine. Like and actually you owe we actually owe you money," or like whatever she wanted to hear. But all I could hear from the back of not having to like be customer facing at the time was just her going, "No, I can't. I'm gonna throw up. I'm going to throw up.
Dude,
I
we say
can't
that all
handle
the
this.
time.
I'm gonna throw up." So now every now and then, yeah, my
Is that what I
like
I've heard you
Sozen,
say that
I,
before.
Buff, have
Yeah,
just
that's why
like
we
it's
say
just when
it.
something happens, just like I'm gonna throw
I'm gonna
up.
throw
It's
up.
just because that one time that lady came in, she just did not want to hear any of it. Just, I'm gonna throw up. I can't. No, I don't want to hear that.
That's why Shy and I have said it so many times and all the
That all
time.
makes
throw
sense
up.
now.
Yeah, because I'm just
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw up. Like
Did you not know that story?
No,
But that was just from like an old lady. She just yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw up.
I think I've talked about the worst experience that I remember, which was I was working at a video game store, and there was a gentleman who was playing on the like console that you can like test out in the store, and he was talking on the phone to his, I assume, wife or whatever, about their kid at karate. And then after he got off the phone, he came up to the counter, and I had buttons all over my lanyard, and like they were stuff that I made and drew all over, and I liked them. So I was like, oh, he's just looking at all the buttons. And I was like, do you want me to take my lanyard off so you can see them better? And he just went, no, I'm just staring at your tits. And I was like, oh.
thanks.
And my
Ew,
manager
ew,
was
ew,
behind
ew.
me and just stared, and I just stared, and I did not know what to do. And I don't even remember what ended up happening, but I was just like so dumbfounded that I was like, wow, okay, cool. Anyway, is there anything I can help you with? And he was just like, no. And then he left.
Cool.
Ew.
I was like,
Ew,
"Oh,
that's so
okay."
gross. Like,
Yeah.
if you were to be that forward and it just
Yeah.
doesn't, like, it's just in a gross way, that's so
Yeah.
ugly. That's so ugly. Like, if
Classic.
you were
was
forward, like, at a
nasty.
club and you're just like, hey, baby, blah, 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 with this drink and
You
your
expect the
tits. It's
nasty
just like,
shit,
oh,
yeah.
okay. But, like, just out of the blue is just like, oh, this is just the way you
Mhm.
are. Like, that's gross.
After getting off the phone with his wife, I assume. The way he spoke to
Oh.
her, too. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
Yes,
I have
Candy?
lots
Yeah.
of stories.
He didn't
Candy,
buy
Candy,
it.
Candy.
I
I
want
have
to tell a story.
Two. First, I want to transition a little bit from that. You said at the club. I have so many
Mhm.
bad stories of me at clubs with dudes, but I think the one
Oh.
that makes me laugh is a guy and his friend. Dude number one liked my sister, so he was flirting with her. Dude number two was trying to wingman, so he was talking to me to like distract me, I guess, or whatever. And he like put his arm around me, and I was just not being responsive to his interactions with me because my friend had gotten roofied and she went missing, so I was trying to find her.
Oh.
So every
Oh.
time I was coming past, he'd be like trying to like flirt with me, and I'd be like, I'm not really like I'm trying to find my lost friend. She was fine, by the way. She just took herself home. She got sent home in an Uber by a stranger. But he like put his arm around me, and then he just like slapped me in the face, and he's like, "Yeah, I could tell you like a rough," and I was like, "I'm gonna go." Like I just what the fuck?
the
Bye. Hi, Buff.
Nice.
One of my retail stories was when I worked at an UGG shop, we had a bunch of like decorative like tools that they would have used, like old vintage sewing machines, or like threads and shit, or like I don't know, like piles of pelts, like ooh, rustic. And a lady like looked at them and she looked at me and she's like, "Oh, like you make these in store? Like you make the UGG boots in store?" And I was like, "No, what the fuck?" And she's like, "Oh, but you have like the sewing machine right there." And I was like, like it was like the kind of thing like
What?
Holy fuck, dude.
Tell me you're out of touch by not telling me you're out of touch. Like, holy fuck, dude. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I'm dealing with like raw sheep flesh. Fucking what the like.
Okay.
Oh my god.
I would tell you a story, but I don't remember 20% of my life.
Aw.
So I don't got any.
I'll tell one for Buff. One
Okay.
time,
Okay.
a lady stole a pair of slippers. Like she just picked them up and then ran out of the store with them, but she left her friend behind. And then the friend looked at me, and I looked at the friend, and I was like, "You can just go." And she was like, "Okay." And then she just like walked out. I was like, "I'm not gonna keep you fucking hostage because your friend did a shoplift. Like I don't care." And also, it was a really small pair of like pink shoes that nobody wanted, and had been in the inventory for like 6 months, and nobody had bought them. So it actually was good because on the sheet of like the like stock, there was just this one pair of shoes that was the last one. So I was like, "You actually did me a favor." So
Yeah, okay.
Well,
Slay.
Dude,
Just
that's
just
wild.
watching,
I don't
like,
think-
walking outside and watching them fucking run was so funny.
my God.
Yeah,
I,
they're,
I
like,
never
$20
I never
shoes.
had to deal with people like stealing stuff or anything. I just was never in that position of just like I was
Mm.
just kind of like I was
You're
just
lucky I
service
wasn't
boy.
around.
Like I had a job, I had to do things.
True.
I know, Rose. I would have
Jeez
ratted you
Louise.
out so hard.
Oh,
If I
yeah.
saw like at the
Yeah.
time, like if you came into the store I was working and I saw you stealing,
Shia was a goody two-shoe boy literally until like
Yes.
2 years ago. So,
until what happened 2 years ago.
nothing. I
You know
just I
what
think you got over it.
You became a bad boy.
He trespasses really easily. Though.
I think
Yeah,
it
but-
depends when it comes to my like professional life. I think it's because I quit my job, but I just so I don't have like any energy to like put that somewhere. I think I mentioned this a while ago on the podcast too that I quit my most recent
Yeah,
job.
yeah.
And just
Mhm.
kind of been doing my energy at work compared to my energy at home outside of it and everywhere else is completely different. I tell people this on stream, and it's not like I'm a different person. I'm hired to do a job. I go in, I do it, and then I leave. I'm not like I'll be friends with people, but I'm not looking to make like big friendships at work unless it happens organically and it makes sense. But like I was in one of my positions where I worked for like 5 or 6 years. I sat there, but I was surrounded in a cubicle farm with multiple other people that always wanted to talk like, and it's not bad talking. I like socializing with people, but the guy that was kitty corner of me, he was the guy he made horrible jokes. He brought up talking about religion in the workplace and it made people very heated. He also made one joke at me because I was quote, now this is crazy. I am the quiet guy at it because I came in, I did my work and I left. You know, I did what I needed to. I didn't, because I was a quiet guy, he made the joke that I would one day come in and violently erase everybody else in the office. And I remember him saying that, and I was just looking at him like just stale face, like that's not funny at all. No one's laughing. Like he was
That's
just
really
like,
not
if everyone's
funny.
gonna do it, it's gonna be him. Blah blah blah. It's like no, like it just wild. I could go off on workplace trauma for so long because that guy
true.
kitty corner was bad. The guy across from me was known as the debater.
I hate that guy.
He
Every
loved
time-
debating.
Every time you would come home and you would like talk about this guy, it'd fucking piss me off. It'd be like, oh, I was hoping to debate that fucking ass. Like, shut up.
That he
Ew.
was he's so young. He was like just kind of fresh out of college, 22 or something, took some game design courses, so everything. So he made his own website and everything. So no doubt he got the job because it looked impressive. And
But then he was like that.
he loves to debate, and he would just be like, but he always approached it from an area where it kind of seemed like he was the right one. And I remember one day he got in a conversation with another coworker about whether or not you should spank your child. He doesn't have children. He's very young. He has a girlfriend. That's it. My
He needs to be
coworker
spanked.
is so sweet, middle-aged
Oh, I
dad.
loved
I've
him.
actually been working with him for years.
He was
I
great.
love him. The only guy I actually kind of missed from that job where I was just like,
Yeah,
like
he's
I hugged him goodbye when I left and everything. But he
Aw.
came over because he heard him talking about it and was just like, "What are you talking about?" And then, like, I have never seen this guy angry. He could never be. He's such a teddy bear. And I saw him get frustrated and be like, I can't talk to you about this. How dare you even talk about whether or not I should spank my son? You don't even have children. He walked away. And the debater from across the way from me goes, I was really looking forward to debate with him about that. I just watched it all. And I was just like,
dude.
are you
That is
kidding
so
me?
annoying.
Dude.
That's your perspective on it. That's your take. Like, I was really looking to debate about that.
Yeah.
No, you
as
were
someone,
just like an
as someone
asshole.
who literally
No empathy.
doesn't have that experience, like literally doesn't have kids. So you shouldn't even be weighing in on that, first of all. And then second of all, like it wasn't only a debate about it as abroad. It was about like that guy was talking about like, oh, well, what if your kid did this? And it was just like that the guy that we liked was like, dude, fuck off. Like,
Yeah,
that
you
is,
have
like,
no perspective of that. And you have no
It was
he
crazy.
was just saying you should do it this way. You should. Later, fun fact. I don't know how he got this to happen. This was like pre-COVID, so people weren't already working from home. So we were expected to be in the office, but he somehow worked it out with management that he could work from home.
Thank
he
God.
just stopped delivering on his work, never followed up with anything, just gave a bunch of BS and he got fired. So
LOL.
I don't know.
Classic.
Bye.
Oh,
Never did
classic.
his work and just was all talk and no one liked him.
Well,
So
the
Reminds
weeds
me of
come
some
pop out.
people.
I'm
yeah.
having like a
Crazy.
weird nostalgia for all the people that I used to work with, because there was like 2 or 3 when I was working like office jobs. I had a couple of friends that I would like sit in this like the row with, and I would talk to that. Like, I don't know, kind of weird because I don't really think of them as like friends because I wouldn't see them outside of work. They were just like people that I talked to at work, and then we do like sometimes do work drinks on like Fridays and stuff. Like, I don't know, it's very weird.
Dude,
Just like
I
thinking back
always-
to how I was before I was a VTuber.
I always feel like no, I don't know if it's nostalgic. I guess like left out in like that, but then also like the college scene because I never like after high school, I never had that thing where I worked with a bunch of people or I went to college with a bunch of people and I like interacted with people after high school. After I went to high school, I was a complete shut in. I just like
Yeah,
I couldn't do anything or go anywhere or do anything because I was in the middle of the fucking woods and I couldn't afford college and I couldn't do anything. So I literally was just like after high school, I was like, all right, like that's it. Like,
Yeah.
and so
Yeah.
I never got the experience of interacting with people in a more professional environment.
I had like the true shut-in experience from like one of my exes when like I lived with him because he
Same.
completely cut me off from people.
Yeah, but I
And my
feel like
job.
that's like a different
That's a-
shut in though. Like that's
yeah,
like
but
to me,
I
like,
still had
I
the
didn't have a
earlier
work-
college stuff and
yeah, I didn't have like a work professional experience. Like I've never had that. I think VTubing is the
I was
first
gonna say yeah.
one where I've like had coworkers and I've had to interact with people because like my job, like when I worked at a ski resort, I was a busser, but I didn't work with anybody. Like I just cleaned the tables and then sold chicken fingers and that's all I did. And then and then when I worked for the restaurant for Burger King or whatever, I did that for like literally 2 months and then I lied I was going to go to college and then I didn't go and then whatever. And I was also like a register person, so like I didn't interact with anybody. Like I wasn't a cook person, like I wasn't interacting with anyone back
yeah,
there.
like you didn't
It
have a
was-
click.
Yeah, and then when I did the alpaca thing, I was by myself. I was just like taking care of farm animals. And then I was just like, okay, like I
Well,
just I don't
even-
know.
Even when we became friends, I feel like early in our friendship, you were very much like hadn't had people to hang out with when you were working
No.
or drawing and stuff.
I literally I think that's why I get excited about our friend group because you guys are like my first friends. Like friends, I guess I would say, which is
Yeah.
you know, like because like Shia obviously and I, you know, have been like
We're like permanent friends. Like
We're
you're not going
permanent
to get
friends.
rid of us now that we're like adults. We're establishing this. Like when you're growing up,
You're
you make a lot of
stuck with
friends, but
us.
you go off and do your own lives, and sometimes you lose touch with people, and that's okay.
mhm.
But
yeah.
like now we're like, hey, you're here to make friends for life, kind of.
Yeah, and in high school, my best friend was my sister. So like that was kind of like, you know, that was that. And then I had one friend that would like, has anyone ever had this? Okay, I'm sure all of us have had this kind of friend. I had a friend, best friend, him and I, 2 peas in a pod. Love this guy.
Yeah.
Fucking everything about this guy, amazing, fantastic. But then he would just like leave for like 2 years. And then I'm like, where the fuck did you go? And then
I
he
have
would
friends
just
like that. Yeah.
yeah, and then he would come back and he'd be like, "Hey, I'm back in town." And I'm like, "Hey," and then like we would hang out, and then he would just fucking disappear again. And then and then right and then it was like I think it was 3 years after high school, he like appeared again, and I was like, "Where you been?" He's like, "Oh, I just been doing this and doing that, whatever." And then we hung out, and then never heard from him ever again. That was it. That was the last
Yeah.
time I heard
I have
from
friends
him. But
like
I was,
that too.
but that was like the only other friend that I had that was like actual like super diehard friend. Like, but
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, my childhood best friend moved to Queensland, and like we like grew up together. And then when it was like we got to like high school time, like she just like moved states, and then I saw her again when I was like 20 or something. And then I just haven't talked to her since. But
yeah.
Oh.
best
But I
friend.
feel like I don't know. I feel like there's a transition between like high school and like RL, like Shia said. I feel like it's
Yeah.
kind of just
Yeah.
transition.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But like
All I
but the
remember
difference
about
between
college-
Shia and I was that like I felt like when I first met Shia, he had friends that were from college and they're still friends to this day. You know what I mean? Like as to where like
Yeah.
I've never had like even with people with work stuff, like some people meet people at work and they're like, oh yeah, I'm still friends with blah 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 from blah 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 or whatever. But I've just never had like that transition period. It was always just like high school cut off and then it was
Yeah.
into whatever.
I wish I kept
So.
friends from high school, but
I
also
don't.
no.
I
Yeah.
don't
I'm
really
good.
need friends from high school. Like there's
Nah,
like
I'm
3 or
good.
4 people I could reach out to just because I went from high school and I went to college with them. And so we
Yeah.
got extra time to spend time together with, but then they all went back home and then just stayed there. And I could go back, I could go say hi to them, I could talk to them anytime and it'd be perfectly fine. We just don't chat a whole lot because like literally one of them moved into like their parents' house. They're like, "Oh, my parents are
Oh.
getting a different house." So I'm moving into my childhood home and I'm like, I could not be me. I'm like, I want to get out.
I also
Like,
feel like the type
Yeah.
of people to move back. This is like a very, very broad generalization, but I feel like the type of people to move back to their home state also settle down and have kids. You know what I mean?
Oh, they did. Yeah,
Mm.
they immediately had
I can
kids.
see
Yeah,
that.
got married, got kids. Yeah, and they locked into that, and that's what they wanted to do. But I was,
Because I feel like when people move back to their home state, it's like they're familiar with that area and they know the best places to raise their kid. So a lot of people will move back to where they grew up to be like,
Yeah.
oh, like I know what's going on here. You know what I mean?
That makes
and
sense.
And I feel like a lot
Mm.
of every time I hear someone move back to their state, it's like that's what ends up.
but that's
happening.
not fun. You need to go out and explore things, see new
Well,
things.
it's
Like, I
fun
wanna
for
go to,
them.
like,
That's their
like,
it's their
yeah,
life.
but like when I think about my hometown, I lived in Farmville, so like it's like in the middle of nowhere, and there isn't shit to
Yeah.
do. So I'm like, why would I guess you can move back there and it's simple and it's not like expensive or anything like that. But like,
Isn't it a video game, Farmville?
I
Yeah.
think so.
I feel
Not
lucky-
sponsored.
Farmville.
I feel lucky because like whenever I talk to my mom about like because my cousin had kids and like they're like settling down, they bought a house, they're doing like the family thing, and then I think my sister ins and outs with that, and then I said it like I talked to my mom about it, and I'm like I feel bad because I'm like because like they don't get the grandparent experience, like I'm not like I don't
Nah.
feel inclined to do that. And my mom is very like my mom and my dad are both just like nah, you got like a lot go like you like your career is like much better. Like I'm glad that you're doing what you want. Like don't feel pressure. And, like if you ever want to, that's like fine. But like
I feel
we just want
like
you to be happy and
this
like,
is
do what
another
you want.
thing. I feel like another reason why people have kids is because of that exact thing, where they want to give their parents like the grandkid experience.
Yeah.
And a lot of people will just have kids because of that, and I think that's like such a not okay reason to have kids.
Oh, I
But
think
it's
that's
like-
a stupid reason to have kids. I think if you
Yeah.
have kids,
Yeah.
you should have them because you want them and for no other
yeah,
reason.
for you.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm announcing my pregnancy.
Ew!
Holy shit, that's the
No,
name of the
God.
episode, but people have to wait until the
God.
end to figure out what it's about.
Candy's big announcement.
Candy's big announcement?
Candy's, I'm gonna make you look pregnant in the thumbnail too because I make the thumbnail, so I'm gonna make you big.
If
and
anyone
round.
in VchiBan's gonna serve the pregnancy kink community, it'll be me. I'm
Okay.
Baby Shot.
Oh,
Hello? I was gonna say
Oh,
I am
sorry.
right
Raised
there.
my hand too quick for that one.
Sorry,
It was-
try. I want to impreg though.
Yeah.
The four
I
cities
would
of pregnancy.
minimally, like at bare minimum, would do the fucking lactation stuff at least.
You can lactate.
That's-
Yeah, but Rose, don't listen, don't come in here trying to take pregnancy from me, all right, lady?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to. I'm just saying, like,
Let Candy,
Shia
let
also
Candy have the
could've raised-
lactation fat, big
I'm
and
sorry,
round.
fine.
You
girl.
can lactate
Well, you-
with
you
me.
go crazy.
I can lactate. Buff, I guess you can too.
I don't
I,
want.
well, if I lactate, it's gonna squirt because of my piercings. I already got told that. So
Oh, you can have like a multi-stream.
yeah, it's gonna
You're
be
gonna be
like,
like,
That's cool.
someone told me that it's gonna be like a you know those like those lawn hoses that go the ones that go
Yeah.
that's what's
If you
gonna
ever
be.
had to
that's what I
breastfeed,
was
that'd be
doing,
an
like,
angel losing its wings because you'd have to take your piercings out.
Yeah. Unless I just-
Episode 35.
Episode 35.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us for this episode 35. If you like what you see and you want more, be sure to check out our behind the scenes on the VchiBanter Fansly page. Shout out to them. Also use code VchiBan, that's VchiBan, at checkout for 10% off at your GamerSupps order, where you can get Doggy style, the flavor from our dearest Buff Pup here.
That's me.
Try it. It's awesome. I mean, it's so good.
It's
if you haven't
chuggable.
tried it already, so go check it out. Yeah, it's 12. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
If you like iced tea flavors.
Yeah, iced tea flavors. Yeah, yeah. And keep up to date with us on our socials individually. We got a VchiBan one, VchiBan.com. You know all of this. Well, guys, we'll see you guys next week for episode 36, where Rose is really gonna get wild. We'll see you guys later.
Finally.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.